who the is Lizzie Waley?
Yes. The first time I ever heard you speak was at a BitchCon event. I think that's where we met a couple of years ago, and I sat in the front row of the audience like this. Was that the year that I was emceeing?
I think
My
so.
birthday when I had to do the I didn't do it very well, but I had to scull on stage, but it was warm.
Yes.
It was awful.
That's
it's not
right.
good.
What was the alcohol again?
I don't know, but it was not good. It was warm and I couldn't do it, and then everyone was roasting me because I couldn't scull. But
It looked rough.
yeah.
But to your point about your face when I was on stage, it was funny because I was chatting to Jane about it, and I started that presentation with who the Lizzie Waley?
Yes, you did.
So that might have been.
My face was like, I want to start out by calling out a pretty insane stat. You've only been in business for 4 years, which that is wild.
Yeah, it is wild.
And you're already selling 12 products every single minute. That is insane. That's one every 5 seconds. Did you ever imagine that it could be this successful? And when did you originally come up with the idea thinking, oh, maybe people will like it? And then, 4 years later, well, you're selling one every 5 seconds.
Yeah, that stat still doesn't feel real and feels really weird to say out loud. But no, I mean, like the goal when we first started was to build it, it wasn't to build this massive brand. It was to create products that people were genuinely excited to use and looked forward to using, and products that actually made you feel good and I guess reinvigorate that body care category, which was really just stale and uninspiring at the time. So I think we weren't really like chasing scale. We were chasing connection and actually building a brand that people want to be part of. And I think, focusing on that purpose around that emotional connection and around building joy into your everyday body care routine, I think that has really built the momentum and made us scale quite quickly.
Definitely. Because it's fun. You turned a really boring category fun. And I'm sure everyone, but just to recap, Sundae Body started out with kind of like the OG whipped cream in a can, but it's body wash.
Yeah.
And it's like body wash foam, but it looks like whipped cream. And so I don't know if you remember, but when I met you, I was like, thank you for creating this, because my niece is very, very sensitive with her sensory, doesn't like a lot of different things. And she went through a stage when she was really little where she hated a bath and she refused to bathe. She would just scream the entire time. And then one day I just thought, I've got this new really cool whipped cream. It looks like whipped cream. It's so fun. I'll take that over and see if I can get her in the bath doing it. Oh my goodness. It was actually a game changer because she played with it, and then it just completely transformed her bath because she was then having fun with it. It was just so cute. And I mean, I know that your target audience isn't children, but it's a good example of turning a pretty boring category fun.
Well, I think, yeah. And I think, firstly, I love hearing that. But I think the good thing about joy and our purpose is all around igniting joy in everyday moments. And I think the good thing about joy is it means like different things for different people, So for adults or for mums, it might be like, self-care when you got 5 minutes in the shower and it feels good and you enjoy it. Whereas for kids, it's more about that fun, playful experience. So it kind of is quite broad, our brand, in terms of who we speak to and who we attract, because joy is for everyone.
Exactly.
And yeah, I've had that feedback a lot, that a lot of parents use it as like a dangling carrot to get their kids into the bath.
And please don't use an entire thing of it. What do you call it? A tube of
a can.
A can. Don't use an entire can, please. I'll be like, one more squirt. And then beauty industry is huge, but no one was doing anything fun in that area. And for so long, it was just soap. So why do you think that the industry was ignoring that category? And how did you come up with the idea to make it, what made you think whipped cream?
So I think starting with the category, I think body care, the category itself, was really overlooked. And I think the reason why it sits in that kind of weird space between, it's kind of everyday maintenance, but it's also not aspirational like skincare. I was kind of walking down the aisle at the grocery store, and you just kind of see a sea of like black, white, neutral color pump bottles.
Yeah.
and there was nothing innovative. There was nothing exciting. You don't stand there and go, ooh, which one am I going to pick? It was very price driven. And I think that's kind of where the idea came from in terms of there is so much happening in skincare, in hair care, products that you actually look forward to using, and nothing happening in body care. And I think that gap was really the foundation of Sundae.
Because you weren't really like, it's not like you were walking around looking to start a business, were you?
No, I was so happy in my little corporate bubble. I was working in digital advertising at the time
Mm.
and loved it, really loved it. But I've always kind of had what I call like a little graveyard of like tried and failed business ideas. I love that kind of creative
Mm.
outlet. And this was just one that stuck.
Didn't
And
just stick, doll. It
yeah, it's glued in.
every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
What made you think, no, I want this to be more supermarket than high end? And was it a conscious move to prove that it doesn't need, like, really good products don't need to come with a really high price tag?
Definitely being accessible, and accessible price point, and obviously where you shop it in terms of accessibility was really important. And that was definitely the goal because, our whole purpose is around igniting joy in everyday moments. And I think everyday joy only works if it's accessible. In terms of supermarkets, I think at the time we'd started with the body wash, and that was where consumers were used to shopping for body wash. And that's why supermarkets was where we wanted to be. We wanted
Which
to be.
makes sense because, yeah, it's not like you think I'm going to go to your first port of call if you're thinking I need to buy a soap is or something to use in the shower is not I'm going to go to Mecca or Priceline.
No,
It's
it's where you go.
yeah,
There's
chuck it in the trolley with your toothpaste.
exactly. And I think that was the real opportunity as well, particularly in supermarkets or mass retailers,
Mm.
was there wasn't a lot of exciting products, innovative products. And so I think the combination of wanting it to be accessible and really deliver on our promise of bringing that joy into daily routines. You go to supermarkets, I think on average, they say the shopper goes in like 2 to 3 times a week.
There have been so many lookalike products pop up everywhere. How do you like honestly, how do you feel like does it keep you up at night or do you just go, "Oh, it's a compliment."
I take it as a compliment, but also a reminder as to why we exist, because I think products can be copied really easily, but what
Brands can't.
brands can't, and the reason that you built the brand is not easily,
Yep.
that's not easily replicated.
Mm.
So yes, absolutely take it as a compliment, but also take it as validation as to the need for that category to
Yeah.
be disrupted. And so I guess it's, you can kind of see copycats as validation that, hey, you're playing in the right space. But I think focusing on that brand is basically what's going to ensure that you always stay ahead.
Mm.
And
Well, if people are copying you and not the other way around, do you have any tips that you can pass on that you learnt to the newbies or
yes,
favorite products?
yes. Okay, so the tip, I think that my favorite one was putting, so you get, the press powder and you have the little press powder sponge,
Mm.
is like stamping it under there. And then what that does, and then obviously you get a brush and just buff because you don't want to be walking around with like powder under your cheekbones. But what that does is it keeps everything up here. So I think
So it
that's
can't then move.
moved down. So that's a
Ah,
trick that I
because you
learned.
do have a very beautiful cheekbone. So
Thank
I guess,
you.
yeah, you don't want it to look
No,
like you don't want to get your face pulled
no,
down.
I don't want to
And
have a droopy face.
no. And what are you using to do that? Do you have a favorite product?
Oh, I think my favorite product probably it wouldn't be anything makeup related. I think my favorite product, because I'm all about just easy. Like
Mm.
during the week, I'm not wearing makeup. I think you can tell that because obviously it took me 2 hours to do my makeup. So imagine if I had to do that every day. But I think my favorite product would be, have you seen the pre-bonded lashes?
Yes.
They are a game changer. So I use,
Like the clusters.
yes, they're little clusters, and I do use two, and so I'll wear nothing but that. I'll actually look like I'm awake. It's amazing.
Yeah. You've got great skin though. What's your
Really?
secret?
Thank you. No, it's because I don't wear a lot of makeup during the week, so I think that helps. So it doesn't like, I don't know, I guess
You're not
clog the
clogging your
pores.
pores
Yeah.
up and they're not
I actually
cleansing.
don't
Yep.
wear a lot of makeup at all, but yeah, my routine is literally it's a serum and a moisturizer.
have you been using? Do you use whatever, or have you got
Just
favorites?
whatever
Oh,
from Chemist Warehouse or Priceline or whatever, like hyaluronic serum is there, and then just like a CeraVe moisturizer.
what about treatments? Do you like needling or
No. Should I?
peels?
No.
Nice massage faces? No?
No. No.
Oh, Lizzie.
I think I need to get into it.
No, I just can't. Like, your skin is
It's
beautiful.
the makeup.
Sometimes, but also sometimes it's just genes, isn't it?
But do you know what I will say? There is one product, actually, it's the Perricone MD. Have you heard of that tinted
Yes.
moisturizer?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. It makes such a difference. It's like so lightweight, and it gives you like such a beautiful natural tint. So I would say that if I was to like have a meeting, I might put that on as well.
Okay. Yeah. All right. What about, like, in terms of luxury products? Is there one thing that you'll always spend your money on? Is it a perfume? Is it
It's probably the Perricone
Perricone?
MD. Like
Yeah.
that's expensive.
Yeah, it
It's like
is. It's
$150. So that's probably the one thing that I would. Yeah.
And what about like when it comes to other more affordable Australian products? What are you loving?
So the ones that I'm loving that's affordable is okay, so do you remember when, I don't know if you did this, but I used to do this in high school, is put hairspray on my face to set my makeup.
Yes.
Okay, so
And iron our hair to straighten it,
Yes.
literally with an iron.
yes. So there's this Revlon 3-second setting mist. Have you seen it? It's red.
Yes.
It's from the chemist, super cheap, the best setting spray.
Actually, and I've heard that it's like that in terms of your makeup will not move.
It literally holds like a hairspray, but it's actually made for your face.
Yes, and not tacky. Well, we thank you so much for sharing some of your brain
Thank you
and
for
the
having
joy
me.
behind your beautiful brand.